Hey everybody, what's going on? Helmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today's topic is going to be talking about tanks and juggernauts and other beefy frontliners and kind of why they're important, but also why they're not played very much. See, especially of late, I've had a lot of games where people have been very unwilling to play tanks or play frontliners, and if they do play frontliners, they have been not very interested in actually playing them frontliner. What I mean is that I've had Alawi's top lane who build nothing but damage, Hekrims who snowball and then build nothing but damage, and people in general who don't seem to favor playing tanky champions and instead really just want to play champions that are designed to be do damage, even if they're trying to play a tank that or a champion that's really designed to be tanky. And it's interesting to me because statistically, you are more likely to win a game when you have some form of initiation on your team. And now this doesn't necessarily mean you need a tank. Someone like Ashe, for example, is initiation. Ashe has a very strong initiation, probably one of the strongest in the game, with Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Someone like Thresh, for example, could also have decent initiation of a sort by landing a hook on a key target and then pulling them in and hopefully starting off a team fight on the right foot. However, when it comes to traditional initiators, something like a Malphite, a Nautilus, a Shen even, people don't seem to want to play them, and if they do play them, they don't seem to want to actually play them as a tank. Instead, they will always try to squeeze in as many damage items as possible, and in fact, people will generally say, oh, we need a tank top lane, and instead of actually locking in a Vanguard or a Warden or something, instead your top laner will pick someone like Yasuo and say, okay, yeah, fine, I have Yasuo. Well, that's not really a tank, and more importantly, he doesn't give you any initiation. So you're still at the mercy of the enemy team when it comes to trying to set plays up. And I kind of wanted to talk about why this might be and why maybe this is something that we should help address, both on the side of Riot Games and also on the side of our own community. And I think the reason a lot of people don't want to play tanks and don't want to play initiators is because they're not the ones who get kills, right? In the same vein that supports don't get kills, don't farm, pretty much just hang around and escort the AD carry for the majority of the game, initiators and tanks don't get the kills. Their goal in life is basically to crowd control the enemy team, lock them down, make the enemy team have a bad time by either protecting their carries or by crowd controlling them, but they don't really get the kills. Their goal is to just set things up for other people, and that feels kind of bad. The other thing is that most tanks only get good towards the late game. They aren't very effective early on. They kind of need time to scale up, get items to become tanky, and then they get really strong. And that kind of power curve people don't like, but at least as the AD carry, I'm reassured that my goal is to get the kills. In fact, if I'm not getting the kills, I'm probably doing something wrong. Whereas the tanks, that's not really your job. If anything, you should be giving them over to the AD carries. And in this game, especially in League of Legends and other online games, the mindset is usually one of, I have to carry, I have to be the one doing all the work, and if I'm not the one carrying, then what else am I supposed to do? And it's sort of disappointing because you don't need to carry. In fact, learning how to get carried is a huge skill in playing this game. When to realize, hey, I'm not doing so hot, it's fine because our top laner is 7-0, or our mid laner is going off, and that kind of thing. And that's kind of something I can talk about more later, but I think that that's kind of the problem number one, is people want to get kills, people feel like they have to solo carry, and tanks don't give them the opportunity to do that. Secondly, I feel like the issue is that tanks' work, like supports, is often underappreciated. You know, it's really easy to see something like a Malphite ult catches 4 and you can be like, man, that was a good ult. But at the same time, you're not going to acknowledge the Malphite's ult, probably, at the end of the team fight. The enemy team certainly knows that the Malphite ult destroyed them, but your team is more likely to compliment the Ezreal that picked up a triple kill, or to say, hey, nice job, team, we cleaned up that fight, without acknowledging the Malphite ultimate's effectiveness in the fight. And that's one of my hopes for the Vanguard rework, is that it'll make it so that tanks have a much flashier plays and are a lot more appreciated on teams. I do think that it'll be interesting to see how many people start playing updated tanks after the rework comes out, because currently there are not a lot of people playing tanks, but whenever a big rework happens, people usually switch over and start playing the new champions, if anything, just to see how they work. So I think it'll be interesting to see if more people start playing Vanguards, and maybe if we can get to a point where people acknowledge that these champions really do have a high impact on games and can literally make or break games for your team. Anyways, just wanted to put that out there, give you guys something to think about. I do appreciate you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday and Friday, and also on patch days, which I believe is coming on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, once again, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will talk to you all later.